one thing I keep coming across over the last couple of days, weeks and months. It's about going back to the fundamentals, going back to the basics. And this is what this video should be about. It's about the value in improving your fundamentals and your basic skills in life towards achieving success. Which basics do I actually mean? What am I talking about? I'm talking about building your habits, waking up and going to sleep on a regular schedule, eating a clean diet, going to the gym 4 or 5 times a week, walking enough, 10,000 steps a day, reading every single day. Stop consuming so much information all day long. Less doom scrolling, less YouTube videos, less Netflix, whatever it might be. Meditate every single day, even if it's just for 3 minutes and you can't do it. You just have to start. All of those basics that you know you should be doing, you need to keep doing them and improving them to actually get the most out of them. So the next chapter for me will be going back and building from this block. And I also want to include this into my business. In my business context, I want to go back to a basic business model. I'm building a simple brand, e-commerce, physical product. Most people call it one of the hardest digital new kind of business models that you can choose to build in this day and age. But for me, it's the one that's been around for the longest. It's the one that is proven. It's the one where all the business concepts actually apply, where you learn the most, where you can actually build something. And I, for myself, find that going back to this basic model and going back to the nitty-gritty stuff of unit economics, how to find traffic to your website, all of those things, get people on a wait list. This is what's actually important if you want to understand business. So I'm going back to a basic model and make it interesting again. I learn from the ground up. With all the knowledge I've accumulated over the last couple of years, I want to include that into this model and into what I'm actually building and learn from there. Go ahead and expand from there, but build on solid fundamentals. Everybody's talking about AI, for example, and people are starting AI businesses left and right. And sure, they can work, but I feel like that I will learn the most and get the best experience out of it if I don't try and jump into a hype, but actually build something that lasts. Because my credo for my life right now that I have chosen over the last couple of weeks and months is about building a legacy. And I don't think that I can build a legacy on top of a hype. I want to build a legacy on actually the basics, the fundamentals, and on a strong building block. And I only want to build a strong building block on top of that. Once it gets shaky, it won't work for long. That's what I'm going after. And I feel like if you are building a physical product with an engaged community behind it and people who love the product, and you keep evolving that product and you start to include an experience behind it, that's where a legacy can be built. For example, jewelry brands like Cartier are a super good example for me. I like this. It's a simple business model at first, but it has heritage. It is a jewelry house. It's something that actually people gravitate towards after a long time that it's already existed. This is what I want to build. This is why going back to the basics is important. The basics are where everyone starts. Another great example for going back to the basics in personal life is, what about time management? Everyone in this whole world has 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Nobody has more, nobody has less. But some people keep getting more successful than others. How can it be? If you go down in this rabbit hole and start asking yourself how you can get more out of your time and start doing those actions and building that momentum and doing those acts, this is what's really valuable for me. And one part of my life that I want to apply this, for example, also going back to the consistency part and the building block of just starting and building a consistency, is for me posting short form social media content. It's hard at first, but I train myself to be a better public speaker, train my English pronunciation. I train putting myself out there, getting over the discomfort of people seeing me make mistakes, getting over the fear of judgment, getting over the anxiety I get when something's not going right or the way I like it to. All of those things build up onto each other. This is what's really valuable behind it. So the message I want to give to you is build on the basics, go back to fundamentals, and for the next season of your life, maybe the next 3 months, build a strong foundation that you can build your life on so nothing falls through those cracks.